What do India's wealthiest families really invest in? Not luxury 3 BHKs or sea view penthouses, but office floors, warehouses, income producing space. While most of us chase emotional security, they chase yield. Predictable, compounding yield. And once you see the numbers behind that choice, you'll never look at property investment the same way again. Purchasing a home has always seemed like the pinnacle of the Indian dream. It's private, visible, and safe. The conundrum is this: if it's such a wise investment, why do the wealthiest Indians own fewer homes than you might expect? That's because for them, property is not about address, it's about math. High net worth investors are quietly moving billions into commercial real estate, while middle class buyers wait in line for apartments and plots. If you attend any family office meeting, you'll notice that the wealthy talk about cash flow rather than furnishings or floor plans. Residential real estate accounts for about 32% of the wealth of ultra-high net worth individuals in India. However, in 2025, that percentage has decreased to only 22 to 25% for end-use homes. Wealth advisors claim that the freed-up capital is increasingly going into assets that generate income, such as private investments and commercial real estate, where cash flow is more important than aesthetic appeal. Why? Due to revenue from commercial spaces compounding. A 9% yield on a 10 crore rupee office generates rupees 90 lakhs a year, which is sufficient to pay EMIs and still accumulate equity. Average rental yield for homes in India is only between 2 to 4%, which means that with the same investment, less than rupees 25 lakhs could be made with the same amount in an apartment. CRE offers tax efficiencies the average buyer never taps into. Tax tools like depreciation and interest deductions quietly boost their returns. When you factor in taxes, maintenance costs, and brokerage fees, that investment in an apartment quickly becomes a burden. You end up locking up crores of rupees for returns that are lesser than that of a fixed deposit. The timing of this shift from residential to commercial couldn't be better, because India's enterprise expansion is rewriting the rules of real estate itself. Corporate demand for Grade A offices has never been stronger, driven by India's expanding base of global capability centers and flex space operators that keep occupancy levels high. For investors, that means one thing: steady tenants, predictable income, the kind of reliability you rarely find in residential property. An 8 to 11% yearly rental yield can be obtained from a Grade A office in a desirable market. That is 3 times what residential offers even after costs. And the tenants are businesses, not families. A multinational lease with built-in rent increases of 5 to 15% every 3 years is signed for a period of 5 to 9 years. That means your income grows automatically without you buying a second property. These leases last longer and come with corporate guarantees handled by professionals, not landlords. There are no rent is due phone calls, no abrupt departures. CBRE's India office figures 2025 confirm record absorption, 39 million square foot in H1 2025, with GCCs driving 36% of total leasing. There was a time when owning an office floor meant crores in capital. Today, even smaller investors can step in. With REITs, real estate investment trusts, and fractional ownership platforms, you can now buy units in rent-yielding commercial properties starting from a few lakhs. India's listed REITs show strong occupancy and yield metrics. Embassy REIT reports around 91% occupancy by value across key markets, and distribution yields across these REITs have been reported in the 7% range. Even without buying a full property, retail investors can finally earn like the landlords of global corporations. Every rent check from a Grade A tenant is a reminder that wealth isn't built on sentiment, it's built on systems. The wealthy don't chase square feet, they chase steady cash flow. As India rises as a global business hub, commercial real estate will keep rewarding those who think like investors, not owners.
And remember, this channel is your go-to platform to unpack the why and how of India's commercial real estate. Whether it's micro-market deep dives, investor playbooks, or the real stories behind rising office hubs. If you're eager to stay ahead of the curve, hit subscribe now and let's figure out India's next generation of opportunity, one micro market at a time.